Hello everybody, first off, may the 4th be with you. I know it's been a while since you've seen me on this channel, so I wanted to give an update on my plans for the Star Wars Legends Chronological Review series moving into the future. Clearly, it's been over a year since I've posted another Legends review. That doesn't mean I'm not reading or watching a lot of Star Wars, far from it, but evidently something's been keeping me from making more videos as part of this specific project for the past while now. Firstly, most of the reasons I started this project have since transformed and are being satisfied by other things I'm doing while doing more for me in the long run. This series helped kickstart my YouTube career, and I've found different kinds of videos that are not only more fun for me to edit and allow me to more deeply cover a wider range of topics, but those longer kinds of videos also make me money, so for multiple reasons I felt like those are far more worth my time to make. Though of course I greatly appreciate every view I get, especially for these Legends reviews, which are a more personal project. A couple hundred views is ultimately small potatoes to the tens of thousands I might regularly get on my main channel, especially because those views directly translate to helping me make a living. I even originally moved these Legends videos to this other channel because every time I uploaded a Legends video I would lose 1 or 2 dozen subscribers. But the main reason it's taking me so long to make more is simply that to me they're just no longer very fun for me to produce. Ultimately, the fun part of these Legends reviews for me was looking at the big timeline, deciding what to read, and writing down my thoughts on it, and adding several more hours of work of finding relevant images, recording footage, and especially all of the editing for something I had already done the fun part on, just created too many obstacles for me to choose doing the Legends project over any of the other things I could be doing on YouTube or elsewhere. A couple of months ago, after having had complete scripts ready for videos covering the last couple arcs of the KOTOR comics for nearly a year, I sat down to record the videos and it just completely exhausted me. What exhausted me even more was the idea of sitting down and spending several more hours editing them together. So as you can see, I just haven't gotten around to it. However, I still really want to work on the Legends Chronological Review project, and I think about it all the time. Mostly, I just really enjoy reading Star Wars in the way I was going about it and writing my thoughts on each individual piece of media, but I don't want to feel like working on it is a slog when I already need to focus a lot of energy on writing or recording other videos too. So after very careful consideration, I think I've come up with a solution that would be best for me, since I really don't want to see this project completely shrivel up and die. I've decided that I'm going to open a blog using Google's Blogspot service that will be the new home for the Star Wars Legends Chronological Review. I'm still in the process of adapting all of my old video scripts into written blog posts to make the transition smooth and just have everything be consistent once I do start covering new material. As of writing this script, I'm making my way through the Tales of the Jedi comics and should make it through to the end of the KOTOR comics by the end of the month, so I can finally make my video on the Knights of the Old Republic game. One enormous advantage to doing the review this way is that I can go back and edit blog posts with updated insights and improved commentary on the themes and lore connections of each comic or book. I have learned a lot in the last few years, not just about Star Wars, but about media analysis in general, and I have already significantly overhauled a lot of my earlier scripts because my first few really weren't all that great. I can't edit a video I've already rendered and exported and posted online, but I can improve a written blog post as many times as I want, basically creating a new special edition for every part of the review. So when this video does go live, the tentatively named Ossus Holocron website will be ready to view. If it wasn't clear already, my essential idea for this blog is that my Legends reviews will be written blog posts instead of edited videos with visuals or audio. This blog may also be the home for essays that I may adapt into scripts for videos, and just overall hammering out my thoughts on any number of media related things, whether or not they have anything to do with Star Wars. I totally recognize that this will further restrict my audience of people who are going to see my work on these reviews, since I'm moving away from the habit-forming YouTube algorithm that spoon-feeds people content to an increasingly obsolete medium that people need to go out of their way to check on, but I'm 100% okay with that. I already get a tiny fraction of the views I would get on these Legends videos than I do on my main channel videos, so I figure anyone who really wants to know my thoughts on Legends stuff might be willing to take the extra step to find them, and if not, that is totally fine with me. Mainly, I originally just wanted to provide a resource for anyone who wanted to see commentary on any obscure Legends Star Wars source, to have them explained or expanded upon by somebody somewhere on the internet, and easily readable and searchable text might be a better medium than a video for that purpose. I just figure that going about tackling this project in a less ambitious and time-consuming manner is much better than giving up on the project entirely. I have fun writing my reviews, but I just do not have fun recording and editing them. I want each episode or part or post of this project to be something relaxing I can knock out in a Sunday afternoon after reading a book for a week, instead of something I dread working on throughout a month and slowly trudge through, instead of working on something else that's both more interesting and rewarding to me in a personal and monetary sense. It's kind of like how in the 80s and 90s, Star Wars went from movies to primarily comics and books as the main way that they told stories. Sure, the books and comics wouldn't reach quite as big an audience as the movies did, but back then it simply wasn't realistic for Lucasfilm to allocate the resources and time necessary to constantly make big budget movies, so having other forms of media available was an acceptable compromise for people who just wanted more Star Wars as they waited for the next movies. This is essentially what that is to me. I don't want the Legends reviews to end, but if it's going to continue at all, it needs to transform into something that's actually sustainable for me, since it's now very far from the main thing that I'm working on in my life. This also doesn't mean I'm totally done making Legends review videos though. For certain pieces of media, namely video games, I think that making videos on those will actually be really fun and different for me. It's taken me so long to finally get around to making a review video on Knights of the Old Republic, not only because it's taken me ages to get through the reviews for the comic arcs that lead up to it, but because I know that recording and editing a video like that will take a long time, since it will be a very new kind of video to work on. My current plan is that I'm going to set up this blog and finish up my last weird Star Wars characters iceberg video on the main channel, and then on the main channel I'd like to start my first ever live stream so that you all can watch me play KOTOR in real time. If that tanks my subscriber count over there, then I'll just move any future live streams of Star Wars games to this channel. It's entirely likely that that is what I will do in the first place anyway. Being a streamer is not something that I want to do consistently, but I figure whether or not I make specific review videos on a Legends game, then I want to give people the option to watch me play it and even interact with me while I do. That big video will cover me playing the game, but for any major thematic or continuity connections that I want to dive deeper into, I'll expand my thoughts on it for a post on the blog and have it be just like a regular episode of the review. In that way, it feels like I'm getting everything I need out of consuming and reviewing all the different kinds of Star Wars media I want, while keeping the actual workload of making something for it on the internet manageable. Because Legends Games videos will likely be repurposed into something I make for the main channel, what exactly I'm going to do with this channel long term isn't something I'm totally sure about yet. I might turn it into like a Star Wars lore channel, as there's very few out there that meet my specific standards of actually having read the books and comics they're discussing and giving thoughtful insights on them, instead of just ripping off of stories from like Disney Star Wars comics, remaking them with an AI filter, and then getting praise for something that Disney could never do. I've also considered having the review live on this channel on a smaller scale, perhaps like only posting audio recordings of my scripts that don't take much editing, but more likely I might make like really short videos or even shorts every once in a while for books or comics that I find especially notable. Keep in mind that everything I've discussed in this video is largely agnostic to the other creative projects and self-teaching I'm doing to improve my skills in totally different creative areas, as well as my day job, all things I need to do to grow my career and just stay afloat, and are totally unrelated to anything I feel like sharing online at the moment. Okay, I think I've gone on for long enough and shared everything I'd like to share concerning the continuation of this channel and the Star Wars Legends Chronological review. I hope you all are having a wonderful May the 4th, finishing up Maul Shadow Lord, and looking forward to the new movie. As always, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you always.